Today I wanted to talk about a principle called pain versus pleasure. And a lot of people ask me what this is. Uh, and you can probably guess from the title, pain versus pleasure. Everything that we do in life is either to avoid pain or to gain pleasure. And usually we'll do more to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. This is why we tend to focus more on the things that we don't want, what we don't like, what we can't do, because that's just the way that the brain is wired. We tend to think more in terms of don'ts and can'ts and shouldn'ts and won'ts, etc., which is linked to pain. But with the pleasure, that's about focusing on what we enjoy doing, what makes us feel good, which we do from time to time, but we tend to prioritize moving away from the things that cause us pain. And we set a lot of our goals from this place. In fact, we set 3 different types of goals. There's goals that move us away from pain, there's goals that move us towards pleasure, and then beyond that, there's goals we set for the community, for the benefit of other people. Now, depending on where you're at in life, the majority of us tend to set goals in those first 2 categories, to move away from pain, to move towards pleasure. So say you're financially struggling, or you're in a job that you don't like, or you've got a bad health condition, whatever it might be. You might set a goal to move away from that pain. So you're not happy in a job, you look for another one. You're not making enough money, you consolidate your debts, or you get financial support. Or you're not healthy, you go and work out at a gym, see a doctor, etc. Then once you get past that, you start thinking about goals to move towards pleasure. So you found the good job, great. Now, what do you do in that good job? Do you want to thrive and have a long career there? So you set goals to have success in your new job or in your new field. Or you set a goal to start moving away from debt and into wealth and prosperity. So savings, investing, being able to buy nice things. So once you reach that level, you're then ready to set goals for the community. So you're going out there and taking your message and what you've learned and sharing it with other people to help them. And when you reach that level, setting goals for the community, you're tending to help people with those first 2 areas, moving away from pain and moving towards pleasure. So if you're working for yourself, or you want to maybe help people more, don't underestimate the value that you have to give other people. Because whatever pain you've been through, those goals that you set and moved away from, 30% of the population have experienced the same things. 30% of people your age have experienced debt or financial strain. 30% of people your age currently or recently are in a job that they don't like and they're looking for a new one. So if you've successfully moved away from pain, achieved goals that have brought you pleasure, you're then in a position to start helping others in the community and make your goal to help them. So that's what I mean by pain versus pleasure. So first, focus on what's causing you pain and move away from that pain by setting goals. Then you start moving into the arena of pleasure. So you set goals to achieve pleasure. Then that's when you can start to help people, because you've come from the pain, you've achieved the pleasure, you've got the story, you've got the experience, you can help other people. So don't focus just on pain. That's important in the start. And if you're not sure what you want, because it's a lot easier to think of what we don't want, look at what it is that you don't want. Write down your list of, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this to happen, I can't do this, etc. And then flip that upside down, or just look at the opposite alternative. If you don't want to get sick, maybe write, I want to be healthy and energetic. I don't want to be broke becomes, I want to be wealthy and financially stable. So that's how you figure out what you want, is take it from your don'ts and your won'ts. So that's the pain versus pleasure principle. It's a pretty broad topic, but I just wanted to touch on that today. And hopefully that's given you some ideas on how you can set different goals and, being brave enough to focus away from pain and into pleasure.